Hey, how you guys doing? It's Honorable here in Detroit. Excited to go live with you guys today. I am on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. As you're joining us, let me know you're joining us from, and hi to all those who are catching this a little bit later. Beautiful day here in Detroit. Well, not really. It's in the 40s. It really should be in about the 60s or 70s, but God's still good. Sun is at least shining. A lot of things going on at FX Church. Excited about our series, Happily Ever After question mark. We've been in it for a number of months. We've talked about everything from singleness to dating to sex and marriage to how to get the spark back in your marriage to how to communicate, you name it. And if you have any interest in learning about any of that, have a need, man, check it out on my YouTube channel, Andre Butler. And also you can find it in our app, or you can just go to andrebutler.com. That's the easiest place to go to get a hold of the messages. Of course, we're continuing this Sunday, and excited about this one too. And so we want to encourage you, come on out 8:30, 10:15, or 12 o'clock, or you can join us online at myfaithx.com or the church's YouTube channel. Also with Andre Butler Ministries, of course, we just launched a podcast a couple of weeks ago with the Mosses. Have a new one coming out this upcoming week or so. And so I encourage you to check that out. And we've been having a good time. Well, let's talk about it. And of course, you can also get a hold of any of our books that we have available. The latest one was Match Made in Heaven, the novel. Of course, made a movie, but we also wrote a novel about just better explaining the story, telling the story in a little bit more detailed way. Of course, with FaithX Network, we have some new content, great kids content now called His Show, to go along with some movies and music and television shows, etc. So check out faithxnetwork.com, where you can get the app on your Roku or your phone, you name it, and get some good faith-based content that is clean. So that's what's going on. Wanted to talk to you guys today about whatever's on your hearts, what your plans are for this weekend. We can talk about any topic. It doesn't have to just be spiritual, so to speak. And I don't know if I'm going to be on the full 30 minutes today. My daughter's graduating from college today. So I'm having to change my schedule a little bit so I can get going and get there in time. So that's what's going on. So, all right, say what's up. I'm not really hearing anything from YouTube or Facebook. So let me know that you're there. Of course, as you're joining us, let me know where you're joining us from, and hi to all those who are catching us a little bit later. So, hello. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the congratulations. I definitely see people joining us from Instagram. So say what's up, you guys. Of course, excited about the Pistons game tonight. Little concerned because they still haven't played well yet, but I feel like they got one of them games in them, maybe two. That's all they need. Just be themselves and they'll be fine. So we'll see what happens tonight. Hey, Desmond, how are you doing? Good afternoon to you too. God bless you as well. So just came from working out at the gym, had to sneak in a quick workout. So I couldn't do everything because of what I just told you, but I'm like, man, I'm just not going to miss. I'm going to do what I can, even if it's just 25 minutes or so. So rushing a little bit today, but that's all right because it gives you high energy, right? And so, other than that, for me this weekend, we have First Saturday prayer tomorrow and a couple great meetings, and then we'll be getting ready for three on Sunday. So that's my plans. What are you guys plans? What are you planning for this weekend? Or what else would you like to talk about? I've been trying this out with my phone behind my laptop for Instagram, but I don't know if I'm liking this. You have to let me know what you think. I could just put it on the side like I used to. Man, what is up, Facebook? Say something. Why am I always struggling to get comments on Facebook? And then I look later and there's a bunch of them. So somebody say what's up on Facebook. So once again, I can know if it's good, if it's working. What do you guys think is going to happen with the Pistons tonight? Let's see. Making sure I'm not missing something. Or what else do you guys want to talk about? So this weekend I'll be serving at a homegoing. Oh, all right. Well, appreciate you serving. Um, yeah, I don't know if it's someone that you lost or you just being a blessing, but either way, pray to God helps you with that. saying game 7 back in Detroit, we will win tonight. I hope so. I mean, obviously, if they don't, it'd be so disappointing. But to me, it's not just disappointing in losing because Orlando was supposed to be a top 4 team in the East, and they just had injuries. It's kind of like what's happening with Boston and Philly. That's not a 7 seed. Philly healthy is a top 4 seed. So these are second round series being played in the first round. But what frustrates me is losing the series when you haven't played your game. You haven't played your best. That would really that's what's bothering me is that they played scared for at least 3 games, just scared. You lost games because you were scared. All those turnovers, so many of them were just missed layups. It was just fear, and I didn't expect that from this team, but I think this is the first time they've dealt with actual expectations. Um, but they could still figure it out and still make it work, but, they got to tonight's tonight. I think if you win tonight, you're winning game 7. Um, but this is the night right now. We found out about the whole season. What time does the Pistons game come on? I just found out the game is tonight. I'm going to a Kate Ward's event, shaking SMH, shake my head. It's at 7 on Amazon Prime, which of course is irritating. What is Cake Wars? I feel like I've heard something, but how should I handle early stage dating with a guy who admits to being inconsistent in his walk with God? You don't date him. Period. That's being unyoked with what's the word? Be not equally yoked with unbelievers. You're obviously been asking that question. That tells you everything you need to know. There's somebody better who is mature in God. Because I'm gonna tell you, the one thing you do not want to do is marry somebody that is spiritually immature. That will make sure your home is hellacious. Your home life will be horrible because they don't have the anchoring of spiritual maturity. It may not be the best way to say it, but I think you know what I'm trying to say. Do not date someone that is spiritually immature. Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't care how fine they are. I don't care how long you've been single. I don't care if you're dealing with fear of being single forever. I need to have kids and it may be too late. I'm telling you, don't do it. You will wish you didn't. Hey, Leona. Absolutely just need experience. I think they need another consistent win score, kind of what Ivy was going to be. Yeah, we've been talking about this all year. This is why I had a problem with trading Jaden Ivey. I was saying it all year. People kept saying, well, Danis Jenkins or Kevin Herter or all these guys. In the playoffs, talent rises. And those guys are good, role players. And they've had good regular seasons, but they don't have the talent to play at this level consistently. Jaden Ivey does. And, they weren't even when he came back, they didn't put him in the starting lineup, didn't let the man get his confidence back. And when he did play, he was shooting the mess out the ball. He was defending well enough. He was solid. And Jaden Ivey, even as he was this year, which is still somewhat injured, is still better than everybody else that we were playing ahead of him and better than Kevin Herter, better than all of them. We had Jaden Ivey right now. He would have been plugged into the starting lineup and he would have made a difference, especially if you had helped the man get his confidence back. They totally mishandled him, and now they're paying the price for it. And I was saying this on this live months ago. This is why you play the man, you start the man. If he's not healthy, sit him down and get him healthy because you will need him in the playoffs. And instead, they traded him for a bag of chips. And if you want to say, well, the whole Christian thing, almost half the team is Christian, and they love Jaden Ivey. This is why they were, you saw Jalen Duren during an interview afterwards almost crying because they traded him. Yes, he had some issues. He was a little too zealous. Okay, he's a baby Christian. He'd been there with them for 4 years. They were fine. They needed him right now. If they could get him out the pool right now and plug him into the game today, he would make a difference. I just don't. It was very short-sighted of the head coach. Not playing him and having his little favorites. And it was short-sighted by the GM. Even if you're concerned about not being able to pay the man this year, you needed him. So, hey, Tamika. And now we're seeing it. Now, I hope they still win. I think they can, but I'm concerned because they have not been the same team. Cake Wars, a bunch of cake artists have their cake sculpture scenes on display with samples for everyone to taste laid out on the table. Well, that sounds tasty. I mean, wow, but not the night of the game. But no, I'm with you, man. Enjoy that. I'm guessing that's probably a date. So do what you got to do. How to navigate through relationships that one person's more spiritual than the other. Now, if it's someone that you're dating, that once again, I don't know if you really need to be in that relationship. If it's someone you're married to, well, now that's a different animal. First Peter 3, verse 1 talks about wives who have husbands that don't obey the word of God. And it says there that they may be won by the lifestyle of the wife. So as the wife reverences her husband, as she operates with a meek and quiet spirit, that could actually, she's a blessing to him, that could actually soften his heart, can help him see the truth about Jesus. That's powerful because that's saying your lifestyle can be every bit as powerful as the Bible for some people. Your life becomes the Bible for those who won't read the Bible. That'll preach by itself. And the same thing applies to men with women that don't truly obey the word of God or just not on the same level spiritually. But the Bible does say they may be won. So it is not a guarantee. People have free will. Some people just choose to be evil and they just choose to know what's right and not do it. That's called a rebellious spirit. And when that happens, when you do right in the middle of that, don't let unforgiveness and resentment and all that stuff live in your heart. Even though it's easier said than done, just keep getting it out. God will still make sure you're taken care of. So it's just, you may have to wait a little while. You have to be patient. I was reading Hebrews 12 today, and what jumped out at me was the word endure, 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 endure. Run the race with endurance. Jesus endured the cross, endured the discipline from the Lord. You haven't yet bled while you're enduring. So hang in there, go ahead and strengthen the weak hands. And so what God is talking about is don't give up, hang in there. And eventually things are going to work for your benefit. But I think that answers your question. When believing God for several things, healing, housing, and etc., how does a person get through weariness? Well, we just kind of talked a little bit about it. Um, if you're becoming weary in your faith, you got to go back to your faith food. It's like if you're getting hungry, you got to eat. And that's what that is. That's a sign of spiritual hunger. When I'm starting to feel weary, when is this going to happen, etc., then you're actually, you know, in danger of being out of faith. Go back to your same scriptures that you were standing on originally. Go back to listening to the messages you were listening to or other ones that are similar and rebuild your faith and then put your eyes on those promises instead of what you're seeing. Ah, okay. So it is a date. Well, enjoy, man. Enjoy. She's more important than the Pistons. So, and the good news is with Amazon Prime, it is recorded. You can just jump on later and catch it. YouTube features animated Christian videos that discuss situations where individuals rush into relationship or select partners based on their qualities, even if they lack the spiritual maturity. Oh, I believe it. That's probably pretty good. Send me the link. That's a good idea. I came across something on YouTube that I think is really cool, and I have to figure out how to repost it. And there's one guy, he's taken literal books of the Bible and put it to trap music, and it is fire. I mean, like, whoa, this is great. I have to figure out how to get that to you guys. So, but I've been there, Leona. I've been there fighting some of that, myself from time to time, and that's what I've had to do. I've had to go back to the Bible, and I also have had to talk to God. I've had a couple things that I was believing for, even financially. I had a place, I reached a place sometime in the last month or so where I wasn't seeing what I should have been seeing. I'm a tither, I'm a giver, I'm managing money, I'm not chasing it, um, and managing my money well. I should say all the things the Bible saying I should be doing, and I wasn't seeing the money come in that should be. He said, I'll supply all your need. And I had some needs and the money wasn't there. And so I really started seeking God, trying not stepping out of belief, but simply saying, okay, God, I believe your word. But all right, I'm sorry about that. Somebody rang the doorbell. So you heard Sprite. I believe your word, but I am also open to any direction or correction. And he showed me where I had been missing it. I was in the way of my own harvest. And it was something he had told me to do. couple of years ago that I kind of kept dragging my feet on because I was kind of, it was different. I was kind of, I hate to say afraid, but I was definitely timid about it. It was different than what I'd been taught or different than what I thought. And it really, when I saw that, I said, oh, man, I repent. And I went from there. So, and I did what God told me to do. And now I'm thinking, and then He gave me a plan to get out of the financial bind I was in while I wait for what the money to come in that's going to come in through my obedience. So I think you always want to do is be open to whatever the Lord's telling you, and open to whatever direction He might have for you. All right. Sprite, come here. Come here. Somebody says Sprite's a good guard dog. Yeah, he is. He's little though. He's only 30 pounds. He's not gonna do nothing. If you open the door, he's gonna try to lick you and kiss you. But yeah, I'm sorry for the background noise, y'all. Sprite has taken over my life. In fact, hold on a second. Let me see, because I think my wife's in a work meeting. Come here. Come here. Come on. Thank you. Calm down. All right. Well, that might end my live today, but I hope it helped you guys. You got anything else? Okay, that is going to end my live today. So it's good hanging out with you guys. We'll catch up with you next Friday, same time, same place. If you need to come through 8:30, 10:15, 12 o'clock. Go to underbutler.com for everything else and FaithX Network. Love you guys. Know the guy has future for you.